I cut my hair, and now it's short, like the 76ers win total this season. Today we are rebuilding the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, I don't even know where to begin with this team. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Our goal today is to give Joel Embiid the lead over Nikola Jokic with 2 championships. If you've been watching me for a long time, you know I'm probably the biggest Joel Embiid homer outside of Philadelphia, but I'm recording this today after he came back first the Bull. My man has not looked right at all since the knee injury. I really did not like the Sixers offseason. I talked about it on my podcast, shameless plug. Paul George, I like Paul George. Like, I like the podcast. I've always liked his game. I loved way back on the Pacers, but I don't know, man. I feel like this team, they're so frustrating. Ever since, you know, the Joel Embiid, it looked so promising back in 2017, back in 2018. They messed up the Fultz pick, Ben Simmons, and then they should have been in the conference finals that year. I mean, we missed out on the Embiid Jokic finals that I think would have been really fun to watch. And I'm at the point where I've lost my patience with this team. As a guy who's been a fan of the process, I feel like the process, what made me really get into doing rebuilds and stuff like that. It was so fun. It was such a big part of the NBA culture for so long. Yeah, I mean, in real life, I feel like I don't know where to begin. I mean, while Embiid is still the man, the presumptive 35 point per game guy, I mean, if you're not going to be playing in back-to-backs, though, can you really be the guy? Can I do a Sixers rebuild with Joel Embiid that's realistic? I don't know, because he's not going to be playing in back-to-backs anymore. He's not going to be playing in single games a lot of the time. I feel like Embiid and Paul George are like my family members, so I never give up on them, but I'm always disappointed in them. Maxey never lets me down, though. I love this guy. All right, where do we begin with a rebuild of this team? Realistically, this team isn't allowed to make moves this early in the season, so let's keep this somewhat realistic and just simulate the season until, I don't know, the 16th of January, and then try to make moves from there. So after I simulated the season for a bit, we're 22-17. The real problem with the Sixers team right now, in my opinion, is the depth. It's the depth. I mean, the supporting cast is not great. I do think, you know, if Joel Embiid starts playing like last year's Joel Embiid, which I don't know if we're going to see again, man. This knee injury is serious business. I feel like the supporting cast will all start to look better, you know, if Joel starts playing better. The problem is, I mean, PG, man. I mean, he's still a good player, but $51 million a year at 35, $54 million a year at 36, $56 million at age 37 on a player option. What was Daryl Morey cooking? Some garbage food with this contract. So I think we've seen with the Sixers, the real move is getting spacing around Embiid. When they don't have spacing, it completely kind of ruins his effectiveness. So I like Oubre. Caleb has not been great for the Sixers, but I like him as a piece. I kind of want to find a way to play really big and let McCain just kind of go off as our sixth man. That's kind of where I feel like this team needs to be. Our future pick situation is meh. All right, first trade I'm going to make, I'm going to trade Kelly Oubre for Santi Aldama. This guy is about 7 feet tall, plays the 4, can shoot the 3, kind of everything I want. More rim protection for my boys. I want to find a way to get McCain in my bench unit and lead my bench squad. I would like to just kind of really ramp up the defense next to Maxey, because, you know, Maxey tenacious, but just small, scrawny. Love Maxey. Maxey can be at no fault. So what is a move I can do to do that? All right, I'm going to trade Gershon Yabusele and Eric Gordon for Quentin Grimes. So now my starting lineup is Tyrese Maxey, Quentin Grimes, Paul George, Santi Aldama, Joel Embiid. I've got a massive starting lineup. Paul George, good positional height. Aldama, great positional height. Embiid statistically was literally the best defender in the NBA last year before his injury. Quentin Grimes, pretty good. 83 perimeter defense is all right. All right, I'm also making some coaching adjustments to play like a more half-court team. This is a risky strat. I think we have a chance to compete this year with this, you know, retooled roster, but we'll see what happens. And we lose to the Nuggets. All right, I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Let's see if my changes to revamp this team at all will help it, you know, achieve its goals. All right, we worked our way all the way up to 58 wins. That's pretty good. Of course, Doncic was the MVP. Jared McCain, Rookie of the Year. We love that for us. 14.5 points. That's sweet. Joel Embiid did make all NBA third team, so I'm stoked about that. Only averaged 18 points a game for us. But I'm having us play very slow. Now, he attempted more shots than last season. Attempted almost as many free throws. All right, maybe he wasn't as good as last year. That's possible. All right, round 1, we've got the Atlanta Hawks. Obviously, we cannot mess around. This Hawks team embarrassed the Sixers years ago, but I like this matchup for us. I mean, Onyeka Okongwu is more of a small switchable big, not really a good counter to Embiid. They've got nice perimeter defenders pair with Trae Young. I wish we had some of those guys, but we got some of the guys of our own. So let's see how this goes. We are gonna win game 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, we are in the second round of the playoffs, and we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Garland, Mitchell, LeVert, Mobley, Allen. This Cavs team is not to be messed around with. Let's make a game plan. Paul George is technically my best perimeter perimeter defender, but I feel like he's going to get smoked guarding Donovan Mitchell, but we'll see what happens. All right, here we go. Game 1. All right, game 1. Jeff Doughton is in the lineup. I don't understand why 2K doesn't just automatically fix that for me. All right, game 1. Okay. Game 1. Game 1. Oh my God, I hate this game, bro. Game 1. It's still not working. I might cut this dude just so it will work. How many times do I got to move this dude out of the lineup before it just accepts that? It won't let me do anything. Bro, how do I get past this glitch? How do I just make it so I can play? I just don't want it to fix automatically because I have no idea what it's going to do, but we won the first game. See, I don't know what lineup it runs when I fix it automatically, but now we're down 2-1. I'm fully blaming 2K. We're tied 2-2. This is outrageous. We're up 3-2. Okay, we won the series. My goodness. All right, we've got the Pacers here in the conference finals, and Jeff Doughton is still causing me issues. The Pacers picked up Zach LaVine mid-season. I actually really like that pickup for him. Zach LaVine playing next to Halliburton in this fast-paced system would be pretty fun, honestly. But I still feel like we are the better team. We take number 1, we take number 2, number 3, and we take number 4. We do. We are in the NBA Finals. Okay. So we're going against the Golden State Warriors, who traded Draymond Green, I noticed earlier in this rebuild, to the New York Knicks. They are now rolling with this small lineup of Trace Jackson Davis, Jonathan Kuminga. Wow. We have a gigantic size advantage here. I mean, it put McCain back in the starting lineup, which I don't want. I can't set my game plan anymore. I feel like defense is what I really just want here against Curry, but okay. Let's see if it lets me do it. We take game 1, 2, 3, and is that a sweep?
Nope.
Nope. And is this gonna be a yes, sir? We've won the chip for Sixers. Let's go. All right, so we have tied Jokic with 1 championship for Joel. Can we win another one? It is going to be tough. I feel like we are due for some regression this offseason. We also have a lot of players to re-sign in the salary cap, the hard cap to consider. A lot going on. We're not participating in the NBA draft because the Thunder have our pick. Andre Drummond is coming back on a player option. We are going to try to get Quentin Grimes back on this qualifying offer, as well as Santi Aldama. Jeff Doughton, you have pissed me off for the last time and you are gone. We are not bringing you back. All right, Aldama actually has a few offers, so I'm gonna throw him the same deal. I think we can bring him back on 14 per. Grimes is the other guy that I low-key feel is a little pretty necessary to bring back, and I'm gonna bring both Grimes and Aldama back. We also need to replace Kyle Lowry. Not loving our, free agent point guard options here. Yeah, I think Monte Morris is my best bet, so hopefully we can bring in Monty, but we will see if that ends up being possible. Yes, we do. All right, welcome to the team, Monty. So Embiid took a drop. Paul George took a big drop, but Maxey and McCain are picking up the slack there. Quentin Grimes still a 79 overall. Martin also declined, so this is not quite as good as our championship core. I'm going to be honest. The problem with this team still is McCain has 66 perimeter defense, so I still want to start Quentin Grimes over Jared McCain. Just let McCain be the spark plug 6-man. Drummond as a backup, I mean, how do we feel about this? I don't know. I mean, the bench is actually decent because of McCain. Being an 87 overall 6-man is pretty sweet, but I feel like we're going to be a good team. Let's go to the trade deadline. If we're a top 2 seed, I think I might just run it with the same team. If we are below the top 2, I think it's going to be time for us to make some changes. So we're going to go to February 1st, see how the team is through the first few months of the season. I'm expecting us to be a top 2 seed again, but we'll see what happens. All right, we're 38-10 on February 1st. We have the best record in the Eastern Conference by far, and we have the best record in the NBA by far. Houston Rockets are kind of close. Well, on this version of the Sixers that I've built, I mean, Paul George is 5th in scoring. McCain is 2nd in scoring. Embiid is 3rd. Maxey is taking most of the shots. And honestly, Maxey is a very efficient player. I really like Tyrese Maxey. I like his game. It might be for the best for this team to be Maxey-centric. All right, let's see if we can win back-to-back titles here. Okay, Doncic, the MVP. Cooper Flagg, the Rookie of the Year. But your boy Nick Nurse, 67-15. An amazing season. Show us some love. Give us some hardware. No All-NBA teams for any of my players? We were 67 wins. Disrespectful, 2K. All right, we've got the Washington Wiz Kids here in round 1. They got Jordan Poole. They got Alex Sard. This team is god-awful. How did that team make the 8th seed? All right. You know what? I'm going to simulate the round. I feel confident. That's a sweep. All right. The New York Knicks, the rematch for the Knicks in this matchup. I feel like Joel Embiid has kind of always owned Cat. And I feel like with Aldama, hopefully that helps our rebounding issue. I mean, Josh Hart, the best rebounder in this series. So hopefully we can prevent him from going off on those offensive boards again. All right. Let's set this game plan real quick. This is the type of series why I got Quentin Grimes. He's actually passed Paul George on perimeter defense rating, which is nice for me. Yeah, Embiid still has amazing defensive stats, so that's very helpful for us. I mean, this is a tough series. I feel like we should win this series, though. We win game 1, 2, 3, and we sweep. We're 8-0 in the playoffs. And we got the Cleveland Cavs, a team we beat last year. Last year, it did not let me use my game plan against this Cavaliers team. This year, I'm going for a sweep. But wait a second. Where is Darius Garland? They traded Darius Garland for DeJounte Murray and Herb Jones. They actually tried to counter my team. Wow. Okay. I don't like DeJounte Murray as much as Garland myself. I think Garland's a much better player, but okay, more defensive upside on this version of the Cavs. I love that Herb Jones pick up for them. This is going to be a battle. All right, game 1. We take game 1 in a low scoring game. Okay, we win game 2 in a blowout. Game 3, are we going to go? Well, nope. I wanted that 12-0 heading into the finals. And we got Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks, the simulation god team in these finals. I wanted Denver. That would have been fun. But here we go. The Mavericks got the normal Mavericks team. Luka, Kyrie, Clay. I've seen this movie. Luka Doncic torches Paul George when they play. Don't like this for us at all. This team's tough. Lively's a great, help defender. They take game 1. We take game 2. They got game 3. We're in Dallas and we tied up at 2-2. They're up 3-2. Oh man, I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest. I don't like Paul George and Embiid as much in a game 7 situation as I like Luka Doncic, but it's what we got to do to win the title. We got to go to a game numero 7. Oh, it's in Philly. Come on. Philly crowd is ferocious. The Mavericks outscored us 32-10 in the second quarter. We are not going to win a championship, and that's what I'm saying. Luka Doncic in a game 7, you take him over our guys for sure. So we lose the finals that year with our draft pick. Why would I trade the 26th pick? Can I get something of value for this draft pick? This guy's a 1972. All right, we're going to make this trade. Denver's offering me a point guard for a first and a second. Not going to say no. We have another draft pick, and we are going to take Carl. Carl. Yeah, look at this guy. So, bringing back Jared McCain. Try to find a way to bring back Andre Drummond. Drummond's 32. Should be okay. And Monty Morris. All right, I brought back Drummond and Morris. Paul George doesn't do a lot of scoring for our team. I'm also wondering where Paul George went. Did Paul George retire? Honestly, not a bad thing. If he was going to keep declining. Right now, we've got Maxey, McCain, Gary Payton, Santi Aldama, Joel Embiid as our starting lineup. Don't like this so far. Our bench is Quentin Grimes, Caleb Martin, Monty Morris, and Adam Bona. Got a bone to pick with him. All right, so don't love the team, I'll be honest. Jared McCain is finally up to 71 perimeter defense, but that's still just not where I want him to be. Let's go to January 17th, see where the team's at, see what kind of moves we can make once the trade market opens up from all the contracts getting opened up, and I'll see you guys there. So we're 30-15. We're first in the conference, actually. I feel like our record isn't crazy, but we are first in the conference. So seems like the move is to try to upgrade the bench in some way, shape, or form. If we can. We're a couple of years in, so now I can trade some of our unprotected picks. Can I trade the point guard we just got in the draft, 2 first-round picks to get something? Chris Middleton, Aaron Nesmith, and I get a first back. I don't hate this one. What I like about Nesmith is he's tough, he's physical, he's willing to get in dudes' faces. I feel like that's what the Sixers need on their team. Man, Nikola Topic, I just don't need a guard, but this would have been a trade. All right, I'm gonna make this trade for Aaron Nesmith. Instantly gives me another player I can play. Trading 2 first-round picks, probably a little reckless, but you know what? This is the last year we're gonna be able to contend with Embiid on the roster, so we gotta make the most of it. So it doesn't really fix my bench, because honestly, Gary Payton doesn't really fit on this bench unit. He doesn't have enough offensive juice, but now that I have another guy I can trust to play defense, I can throw him in the starting lineup, so this should help the starting lineup quite a bit. Is there another move I can make? All right, we're gonna do another win now move to just get more guys I can actually play on my bench. Drummond and Payton aren't gonna play anymore, and that Pacers pick for Tumani Kamara, who was drafted in 2023. Got a good jump shot, okay defense. Here's our revamped unit on the year 3 trade deadline. Maxey at the 1, McCain at the 2, Neesmith at the 3, Aldama at the 4, and Embiid at the 5 still. And our bench, Quentin Grimes, Kamara, Martin, and Morris. And I'm getting some minutes for our boy Adam Bona. You like kind of right now, Caleb Martin's the odd man out. Seeing that, is there one more trade we can make? Is there one more trade we can make just to get a stud? I don't know. We're gonna go to the end of the season and see how it all rolls out. All right, Wemby takes the MVP here in this 3rd year of the rebuild. We win Coach of the Year again. We only won 57 games, so big drop off from last year. No All-NBA teams for us again? Come on, man. We are the #1 seed. And we're going against the Milwaukee Bucks. And, ooh, that's a nice Bucks front court. Giannis, Jalen Duren. That is a lot of strength down low. But the rest of that starting lineup is ugly. All right, we take 1, 2, they take 3, we took 4, and we got 5. All right, Cleveland Cavaliers. We almost got that Celtics matchup. I feel like the Sixers got to overcome those Celtics demons if they want to get anywhere in real life, but feels like we play this Cavs team every year because we do play this Cavs team every year, and they're running the same lineup as last year, but they lost Herb Jones. That is a bummer for them because I feel like we're a much better team than them without that kind of lockdown defender and their 3 spot, but they're up 2-1 on us. They're up 3-1. Okay, we claw back 2-3. Do we have the heart? That's always been the question with this team, hasn't it been? Okay, come on. Come on. Let's take this. This is scary. I don't like how back and forth this is. I don't like that they took the lead, and that is it. So we get Joel Embiid 1 championship, but we fail our goal to get him 2, which means he will not catch Nikola Jokic in these all-time rankings. But the good news for Sixers fans is Tobias Harris is retired. Everyone wants to see that. And in the year 2027, Joel Embiid is down to an 87 overall, which is probably the death sentence for this team as title contenders. McCain, Maxey, love them as scorers. Really concerned about a defense built around these 2 at the top. If you guys enjoyed this rebuild, check out my Golden State Warriors rebuild right up here. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.